But speaking of rating, and I will further rebuke your 6 comment, or your rejection that I'm a 6. I will rebuke it after I do this. Let's see here. We have Stifler. Ask everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. KEEKO, you first.
So, I've had a lot of feedback in the recent months about my appearance. And I've been kind of taking a mental note of what I see, like, in my comments and everything. So I think when you, average it out, when you take all of the, zeros and then all the 10s and then the few, 7s and 3s, I'll give myself a nice, 6, maybe 7, or maybe it's being too generous. There's a lot of zeros there. Maybe 5. 5, I guess.
KEEKO, almost every other episode you've been on, you've given yourself a 10.
And you guys have told me I was wrong every single
changed?
time. Am I not
Have
learning?
you been convinced?
Shit.
You've been convinced.
Well, you guys are telling me that it's not what I see myself as. It's what everyone else views me, and they've given me their feedback. So I've seen the feedback, and I recognize that I am now
all right. Some
a
growth.
solid 5.
Getting some growth here. Okay, did your boyfriend tell you to say that?
No.
Okay.
He told me that.
You're a 10?
No. He told me.
Oh, your own boyfriend?
Well, no, he'll tell me
oh,
I'm
shit.
a 10. He thinks.
Okay,
No,
alright.
but he always says, he says the same thing that most people say, I'm a 9 because there's always room for improvement, is what he would tell me to say.
Okay. All right.
I think that's too,
Wow.
that's just too,
Look
predictable.
at that. Yeah. Look at that. Okay, so you used to say you're a 10, now you're a what?
6? Maybe 6.5. It's a lot of numbers that get thrown in my comments, so it's hard to keep track.
All right. What about you?
Well, I thought I was a 6, but if she's going with 6, I'm gonna lower mine.
Don't worry about her scale.
I'd say a 6. I'm a 10 on the res.
On the what?
Res?
The reservation?
Yeah.
Wait, are you Native American?
Yeah.
Oh. Did not know
tribe.
this.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
like,
That
you're a
makes
10 on the
sense.
res.
Yeah. very small.
What tribe do you...
I'm Sioux tribe.
Sioux. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
But I work for Bay Mills tribe. But there's
You work for the what?
Bay Mills tribe.
Bay
There's different tribes.
Bay Mill?
Bay Mills?
Bay Mills.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So, but I'm Sioux tribe, but I work for them, so. But we're all have our little community.
Do you live on the reservation?
I have. Not right now.
Have you ever gone off the reservation?
Yes. This is the farthest I've ever been west. I go to Florida a lot.
But okay.
I go to Florida a lot, but this is the first time I've been west.
Okay. What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Brian, I'm a little confused on this because last time you said it's a fixed scale, right? Like beauty is a fixed scale. That's what you've said prior.
Did I say that? I don't think those
There's
words.
an objective.
I think it's.
You said there's an objective, which is
Yeah.
fixed, right?
Sure. All right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you predicating on? What are you predicating that on? Like Western beauty? Because there's Eurocentric beauty. You said you're
Tell you
white,
what, how about you
white
tell
skin,
us-
blue eyes.
Well, I mean.
See what I mean?
I disagree that, for example, say a woman who's an Asian woman who has dark hair and dark eyes, she could be a 10 in the West. So I reject this idea that you need to have blue eyes and blonde hair, whatever the fuck
Well, that
it
would
is.
mean that the scale isn't objective then, right?
The scale
Well, but
is-
there's more. A 10 can manifest itself in, there's not a singular person that's a 10.
Okay.
So there's room for differentiation. Like, for example, a woman with blue eyes could be a 10. A woman with brown eyes could
So
be
what's
a 10.
the objective standard if
Well,
a woman
there's
is blue
something
and
there's something to be said about facial symmetry, for example. There's something to be
Okay.
said about having a healthy body fat percentage range. That's
and you don't think
certainly-
race plays into that hierarchy of beauty at all in the Western
There
society?
are many studies
There-
across different cultures and races and locations around the world that this scale holds up to. Of course, it's going to look different in different cultures and society, but the scale of face symmetry and hip to waist ratio and certain things like that live up to that.
Also-
The
standard
face
and-
symmetry
Also,
science is
hold
pretty
on.
outdated,
But I would
in the
also-
psych universe, just
I
to say.
would just point out that, my understanding is that, for example, Asian women are rated the most attractive cohort of women. So I don't know why you want
In
to
where?
make it
Where?
in the U.S.
In the U.S.,
Yes.
the Asian women are the most attractive.
Yes, Asian
Source?
women are frequently ranked as the most desirable when it comes.
Source?
That's
Question
not
mark?
all, but that's pretty shocking to me to hear.
Yeah, me too.
I think Asian women are
Okay,
beautiful.
Not to
in any
me.
case, what are
Not
you
to
getting
me.
at?
Yeah,
What-
I'm not surprised.
Oh, I was genuinely just
beautiful.
wondering like what the metric was so that I can give myself an accurate like number. That's all. I was just wondering like what the scale
This
is
like how we
predicated
feel,
on.
though, right?
No, it's how other people perceive us.
Oh.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, what is the scale predicated on? Because
Are you Latina?
yeah, Puerto Rican.
So are you asking me if you're less attractive because of your race? Like, I don't get what
Well,
you're going for.
okay,
here.
so like,
I was just teasing about the red
And-
comment.
Right, you're
and, like-
overthinking this.
It was a joke. Mine
You're
was a
really
joke.
I don't
overthinking
think I'm
this question.
overthinking
You're
it.
like, you're
Mine
overthinking.
was-
I said
What did you
6
rate
last
your-
time.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say,
I'll-
what did you rate yourself?
I said 6 last time. I'll stay with 6 this time, but I do think the scale is important to be talked about if we're going to be giving out
What,
numbers.
what scale?
That's
what
what I'm saying. The objective scale that you
you
said many times that there's a fixed objective standard of beauty, and that the scale is 1 to 10 and that it's fixed. So if it's 1 to 10 and then it's fixed,
Hold on.
Martin
Can you hide the
donated
thing?
$100. This question is for Pocahontas, or her tribal name, she who runs with many baby daddies. You work at a gas station and do OnlyFans. Where do you hear this more often? Fill it up.
I've never heard that before, so
Where do you hear this more often? Fill it up.
I don't know what to tell you. I've never had anybody say that to me.
No, I think they're saying fill it up.
Right.
Oh, okay.
No, never. So
Okay.
Isn't it only in New Jersey where there's this person that has
Oregon.
Oregon. I don't know how to
Oregon,
pump
too.
gas. I just moved to
Oh, you're
Florida.
from Jersey,
I'm from
right?
Jersey.
She's
yes.
from Jersey.
is that a thing?
Brian,
I
What's
don't
up?
know.
Can
Never.
you give us a woman, I hope like a public figure of sorts, that is a 10 to you?
A woman who's a 10.
Yeah.
That'd
Because
be
there has to
Angelina
be-
A
Jolie
10?
in
the
the
scale.
90s.
No,
the scale
no,
does
no,
it.
no, no,
The
no.
scale is useless or pointless if nobody.
Agreed.
Like you guys come here and say all the time. Well, nobody's
yeah.
truly a 10. Nobody's perfect. Well, then there's no point in the scale.
And
There
there's no
has to
scale.
be
Right, so 1 to
somebody
9.
who's a 10. Not saying that that 10 has
Sure.
to be a 10 to him or somebody else, but what's your version of a 10?
Right.
that's what we're asking.
Natty.
If you're going
It
to
would
use a scale,
sort
you
of
have to know
almost
how to
be
use
an
it.
amalgamation because you
Yeah,
have
pick
the
a
body,
woman.
then you have the face. So like
Then your 10
this
doesn't
girl,
exist.
well,
That doesn't
I
make
think
sense.
I
and
think
the scale
10 is
doesn't.
exceedingly rare.
Okay,
I
Or
agree.
but
even
give me
possible.
one.
It might be possible. There's 9s.
You don't.
adjustable
You can't
9s.
think of one woman
Adjustable
who's a 10.
9s.
An adjustable. Is that the term? I don't know if that's the term, but I would say like approaching 10. My personal take. Kristen Cruick when she was
I don't know who that is.
Kristen Cruick, Smallville.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Can we
Can
pull it up?
Kristen
Google
Cruick.
break?
I
Can we
do
get a
wanna see.
picture
Yeah,
on the
can we
screen?
get a
Pull her
Uh,
up.
Nick,
Nick.
Google Kristen
Just so we
Cruick
could see
small.